gunfights when you do try and execute into the bomb sites. And considering we've got 3 players of Big really rising to the occasion and stepping up, and they looked monstrous against Heroic. Like, it felt like every gunfight they were always going to win. So that is going to be definitely a boon going into the big camp. That's going to be interesting to see how NaVi are going to react and respond, but we are going to get straight involved, find some answers to all of these questions.
Yeah, and straight off the gate, all the Big are making their way towards A. Well, they dropped the bombs, have to go back and pick that one up, but they are going for an execute off the gate, and it looks like the perfect read. Look at NaVi, they are going for a heavy B lean early. Once they got these players up, they might start to budge, but if they get a move on, they're going to find a very lightly defended site here.
That's the run boost molly that goes in towards CT. Look at that. It's deep, but Bit just stand ahead of it. Starting to tap away, but Big start to pour into the site. Anyway, want control beyond just the site. Simple removed early.
Yeah, Gush and Bert on down. Electronic, though, he runs on through, removes tabs, and looking for Favin, but he's managed to step up on the site. MPL removed on the flank by Krimbo, who was tucked on through, and this is looking brilliant from Big. Only 1 blemish on the record. They take the pistol.
Yeah, huge round from Farben, right? 4 kills on the bomb site. I already like the consideration that Big have thrown into the afterplant as well. Krimbo's elevated, always looking at the flank. That's just his sole responsibility. And they can have the luxury of doing that from taking the space out towards jungle. That's just a well-crafted pistol from Big.
Yep. Perfectly read. NaVi, if it had been a B hit, NaVi would have been in a great position with they had aggression under underpass, they had a player boosted up early, but it's the perfect play from Big, and again, moving as a unit, making their way over towards the B bomb site. There's a Nova over here for MPL.
All right.
See if he can take anyone down with that one. Simple with the scout also in the right position and gets a tag. Nova looking to finish the job, but Favin removes him before he can strike. That HE looks pretty nice. Simple not able to connect anything further with the scout. Favin comes on over. Perfecto on the rotate, does get one back. They're forcing their way into this bomb site, and oh, that's a nice shot from Electronic. Look out, the damage done. Perfecto with the deagle. All of the NaVi players hitting heads right now. A 2 versus 2 Hyped, crawling on around, catches Perfecto slipping. Now it's Bit in the 1v2. The smoke fades, and he crawls on through, tries to get ahead, but Hyped doesn't let him.
Yeah, that is NaVi just trying to throw a little bit of chaos into Big's initial execute. I like the double layer in, and these shots are just spicy coming out the gate for NaVi. Electronic and Perfecto quite proficient with the deagles. Start to show us a little bit of examples of why they are very consistent anchor players. Regardless, Big, they have got the superior weaponry. They overwhelm with the SMGs, close the gap. And now for NaVi, it's a little bit of a save. Electronic can't find anything, is now flashed off. Bit, it'll be in a world of hurt potentially, but the molly, it lands on default or not under Palace, doesn't matter, hype adjusts.
We call this one the old deco. We did see the Deagles do a bit of work in that last round. We'll see if they can do anything here. So far, no luck. And, well, that was a lot of frags very, very quickly. Big have no issues against the pistols. Now the real game begins. NaVi get out all the guns and opt for Simple a certainty here. Surely, how's the money to buy it? Could even get, I believe. No, decides not to. Wants to have all of the tools. Wants to have all of that utility. So no sniper.
Hype's got one. And that's probably indicative of maybe, I was going to say, a slower default coming out of Big. But no, instead, even 3 players over towards B, juggling utility. It's a drop-off point for Farven, potentially a little bit later on. Who started off the game lights out. NaVi can't get a foothold in. Krimbo can potentially just keep recycling all this utility and keep NaVi defenders interested at B.
Yeah, he's got the recycling bit out. Very eco-conscious. Much slower from Big after these initial few rounds, knowing that NaVi now have everything out, and it's going to be a slow crawl through mid. They've taken space. Only 1 smoke left on towards Krimbo. He's got that in his hands, so we'll see where he decides to throw it. It's going to be a bit of contact out here. Perfecto at the off angle. Not yet spotting anything, but they're about to come around the corner. Simple's caught one. Tabson does take down Perfecto before he can get anything on that angle. And now he's looking to charge on through. Has the bomb in his back, but the timing not good. MPL swings on out, and now this is looking good for NaVi. The player up, make that 2. It's all now on to Krimbo. As MPL locked into the site, the flames are good, forces him into his crosshair. 2 players out towards short, and Bit makes short work of him.
Yeah, it's an interesting idea from Big. It feels like they were faking the B bomb site execute to kind of come through the apartments, but then they were trying to slip on through short after the smoke's faded. But MPL, huge couple of kills on the bomb site, just maintaining 1v1s at every possible opportunity, even does significant damage onto the player coming out of the balcony. So NaVi hold on when all the rifles are in play. Of course, a rebuy on the horizon for Big, and Hype is still wielding that big green, but Simple, well, he's got one as well.
Yeah, got his for free as well, so very happy with that one. Hype's looking for a fight early and might be given to him. Electronic comes around, Hype takes his head off. Electronic's aggression has been notable throughout his time here in Rio, finding a lot of opening kills. We saw his statistics, something absurd, 33% or so, but this time around, not going to be finding an entry. Now Simple's dancing. Can he get something back? But Big aren't presenting anything yet.
It's crazy the amount of liberties he's taking, considering that Electronic was the first player to fall. He's just very comfortable in the idea that Big won't be there for the initial trade. Still prioritization towards middle. Bit with the FAMAS at the top of stairs. And with that kill, this idea that Big might be heading towards A will start to develop in the minds of NaVi. They can start to rotate everyone over and be here just as they start to walk in.
Did Bit spot anything there? I don't think so. Smoke comes on over, and while the information is there, utility starts to come out. Perfecto swings, as does Bit. That transfer didn't actually get that first kill, but gets the final 2. Between the 2 of them, they hold down the site to perfection. NaVi with 2 on the trot. The guns come out, and NaVi look hot.
Yeah, that's just really nice coming out of NaVi. The fact that even though they lose the initial kill in towards top middle, you've still got the reinforcements there. They understand that Big, well, they can only attack the bomb site from one direction. Then MPL strikes. Make sure that the anchors can remain. Simple. You get full luxury because there's no window smoke. Go for a pick or 2. Even pulls out the sidearm for more impact. Should just be a cleanup. Captain. We'll strike down 1. That's a nice shot, but you can't really get past Electronic.
Maybe. No. MPL makes sure that is the case. So, well, a bit of damage done there. If that orb can't be collected, it ends up being painful. But Bit is fast with the fingers, collects it from the window like a cat burglar climbing up the side of a building. Simple, using the USP like a little pocket scout, which it basically is against the unarmored opponents. A couple of nice shots of the Deagles. So, a little bit economic damage. That's all that Big really gather from that round. And NaVi equalize the scoreline.
Nice smoke thrown in from NaVi. Allows Perfecto potentially a lot of control. But there is a T-smoke dropped in from Big as well.
That looks like an exact counter to that play. That's kind of cool.
Good start, MPL. You can hear this utility being dropped on in. Farthen doesn't check below him, and MPL strikes. Good multi-kill. And suddenly the pressure's on the rest of the Big players to take some control back. Area presence looks to be towards Connector. They want to split towards A, but Big, he's tucked in.
That's so cool from MPL just to reposition to where the Molotov just flushed out that spot. Big are a little bit too slow to capitalize. He gets into a perfect position. Bit is, though, under pressure. Keto does find that kill. So it's still possible for Big here. They have an open A side at the moment. NaVi start to rotate on over. Simple peering on through, but smoked off at the moment. That rotation coming through to CT, but Electronic playing retake at the moment. Dribbles the smoke forward, actually throws that one intentionally to cause some disruption. Bomb still goes down. Simple trying to deny with the shots through the gray, but they do not connect. Patience from NaVi. They wanted to play this retake. The flashes come on over to set up these plays towards CT. They're going to swing on through. Electronic looking for a fight. Not ready for Hype, though. Tucked in behind the gray and MPL. He's found one. Hype, though, gets that double. A 2 versus 2. Being peppered through the smoke, but look at Tabson. Sitting into towards the connector. It has to be Simple. Swaps to the AWP. But Hyped is there.
That's so cool from Big. That's so sick in the afterplant there, because Hyped is under a lot of pressure, but he's still cool, calm, and collecting heads. And that just sells the idea because tabseN doesn't need to move a muscle. He can just position in towards connector. Simple needed to reposition. Comes through jungle, not through short. That means that tabseN is completely unknown. Surprised that NaVi had that many players out towards B as well to end off the round because they started off strong with that double from MPL, but they were so convinced that it was going to be the double pump. Big were going to walk back in to the crosshairs, but that never happened. They completely reset and went to the other way.
Yeah, good recovery after losing those 2 players to MPL. They get their first gun round on the board after NaVi's 3 streak, and you can see already the ramifications of that in what NaVi are working with. At least Simple gets his AWP out. Yeah, bit caught a little slipping that. Uncomfortable position. Hyped has an opportunity, doesn't connect the shot on the cross. That is always a tough one to hit. Simple, he's fast up through the ladder. Like a snake. Slithers on in. Now he can lock down all of mid from that position. Sets up his team to be able to take space elsewhere. Electronic out in the open, a bit of an off angle. You won't be expecting this if you come up through the underpass, but that's not where Big are intending to go.
Yeah, it feels very silent. Now you smokes are being lined up. Big. Looking towards the first touch of the alphabet bit. Can't be juggling nades there. In fact, he can just sit in this smoke. Perfecto actually thinks the same, but I think tabseN spotted a glimpse of him. Bomb site now compromised. Can't be overwhelmed by Big, but you still have got to deal with the player tucked on in. Hyped holding for it. Now the bomb can come in. You've got this flank from Electronic. This will hinge a lot on the contact being made by the rest of his teammates, but Keto's watching. Keto's prepared, but Electronic still delivers a devastating headshot. Hype looks for more, but Electronic doubles down.
Yeah, Electronic on a roll here. 2 massive kills, and now it's another angle that Big have to be worried about. And he's looking for more, but Favin makes sure that that's not going to be the case. He's tucked into the sandwich, which is a little uncomfortable. MPL makes short work of him. Now it's the player advantage. That smoke goes down. There is a kit on MPL. Krimbo with a fast shot, but that bomb's being defused. Simple's providing overwatch, and they're not ready for it. tabseN finds him, but not before that bomb gets defused. And even Simple coming through with the final kill. A good retake from NaVi, set up by that double kill from Electronic into Palace.
And despite Big planting the bomb, some of these rounds have been ever so close, so their money's in a little bit of disarray right now. This is the double impact from Electronic. And then all heads are turned on the swivel, delegated to deal with Palace, and then that allows the rest of NaVi just to close on in. Tech9's faster play potentially, everyone grouping towards the B halls, and that's where Simple can really find success. A very deep incendiary as well. That cordons them off.
Well, now they're going to be coming, though, and Simple is ready. MPL as well with the MP9 up close. That smoke making it a little bit easier for him as well. They have to run straight through that. HE forward's going to be hefty, and Simple can now take them all down. This is an absolute slaughter in the apartments. Crime scene investigation called on in. There's blood on the walls, on the couch, and in the kitchen. NaVi, hold easy against the pistols.
Yeah, we've seen that double setup between Simple and MPL a couple of times now, where Simple is there to take first contact, and then you've got the close quarters swing of MPL. MP9 works a lot better than a Nova, it seems, in that situation. Learned from his lessons mid-game. Big wanted to put the bomb down, unfortunately, does not occur. And as a result, Hype can't bring out the AWP, so it's going to be just straight AKs and limited utility.
Yeah, and Hype's been really a strong performer for them so far. So a little unfortunate he doesn't get to have that honor. tabseN get brought very low early, trying to cross mid. Goes in front of the boxes because of the flames behind them. Krimbo's trying to take space. Perfecto actually dunks tabseN in the end. Knew that he did that damage earlier. And follows it up with the HE. It's already working in a 4-on-5 here, Big. They were grouped up outside B. And Keto does look to come over to with them, but looks like the call is to fall back. He can reset. Still plenty of time on the clock. 2 smokes left. Utility a little light for an execute. See where they decide to go. At the moment, NaVi very spread, bit of a default setup. 2-1-2. It's getting a little curious. Edges on forward. SMP9 in close range. The flash through doesn't spot anything, which is slightly false info because Keto is sitting back there, but Bit can now jiggle this angle and can get that early warning sign. That's one of those 2 smokes remaining thrown towards Connector. So Big better capitalize off this space they're gaining.
Electronics moved back as well. Was holding for the short cross, but now Perfecto stepped in. He can look for the murder hole. Keto finds Bit. Manslaughter in towards ramp. Simple now posted. Short players start to move in for NaVi, but Farvan holding the angle. Jump spot over. It's not the kill conversion, but it's a lot of damage done. Nade will finish the job. Bomb will be punched in, but it still feels so difficult for Big. Look at the HP bars. Electronic worming his way around triple. The audio cue's given up, but it does not matter. Another kill secure. Perfecto coming in from middle. And now Krimbo is all that remains of the 1v2.
Yeah, the clutch master for Big, though. This is where he thrives. A 1 versus 2. Electronic low. Kit on his back, but they're waiting for the peek, and Krimbo's not giving it. He knows that it's a fake out, has to peek eventually, and Perfecto out in the open is able to take him down. Clutch denied for Krimbo. NaVi with another successful retake.
Seen a lot of these mid rounds played. It's unfortunate by Big, and it's a lot of pack mentality. There isn't too many faking coming on in. Yeah, airstrikes are quite dangerous for Big. Perfecto in the open as well, off angle towards ramp. Does lock that in, but it's been real pack mentality. It's not been too much faking, so whenever you see the smokes coming in for Big, it feels pretty telegraphed at times. Another Tech 9 round, another B hit, this time MPL gets removed early on. Simple up close, can't deal with Keto's Tech 9 either, so now the overwhelm starts to come in towards this B bomb site.
They're good on the retakes. This one's tricky though. Keto's found one. Perfecto does find a kill, which keeps it interesting for them. I mean, Hype's literally just got a Glock at the moment. But Keto is finding everything. 3 kills already. And he's got Perfecto locked on in. It's a common position behind this bin. He spotted the hand, gets the kill. Keto's on for the ace right now. AWP in his hands. Man could do nothing wrong, but Favin is the one that finds it. Big will be happy with the round off the back of just the pistols rushing B.
Yeah, that time around there was no early incendiary to stop Big running in. MPL wanted to hold a more direct line with the AUG, and these shots are phenomenal from Keto. The fact he tucks up quite close in towards bench, it's unexpected with that AWP, and now they get blindsided. 3rd time of asking, that Tech 9 rush does come in. It's approaching the game plan and not really deviating from it, but it does yield success.
Yeah, and it's also just not great to have the AUG take first contact there instead of the AWP. You really want it to be a simple getting a kill, falling back, and then you kind of bait in that AUG for the multi. But it's the other way around that the contact comes through. And I mean, Simple had to really hit one there. Even there, I still don't know if it's a successful round if he finds a kill. Just due to his position. But this time around, he's in a nice spot. Can hold down from Connector. It's powerful if Big decide to take contact out here. And I think they might do. That smoke comes through the window. Favin trying to creep on through. Hyped is dancing with this corner. Simple actually gets flashed off. That's a really cool Molotov. He's forced back, and that gives them the mid space if they want to take it. Though they actually decide to back on off. That bomb is outside of B currently, and Simple's come to reinforce.
Yeah, that molly actually acts as a positive reposition for NaVi. Big waiting, walking, creeping through the halls. MPL again on these close range angles, unchecked, but can't make good on the promise. Simple now has to go huge. Will find Tabson, drops the bomb, and even spots the shoulder. But there is a player in the back lines. Krimbo dealt with as well. Simple, oh, it's a highlight reel yet again from him. Hyped at least finds Electronic on the flank, but there's so many players from NaVi all stepping in at the right time, and Keto can't have any more further involvement. There's no time left. And the AWP will sing out a song, a sweet symphony for NaVi as they hit 7.
Yeah, I mean, that's the difference in terms of Simple's positioning now compared to the round prior, right? In terms of the amount of impact he can have. There's just nowhere he could have moved on that round prior when he was up on the edge, but here, he can reposition to his heart's delight. The AWPer has so much room to move here, dancing around bench, dancing around the site, repositioning, always a different angle and a different fight he can take, and each time raining down death. Beautiful triple kill from Simple, and Big now take their second timeout. That one hurts a little bit, considering the ideas were pretty nice there, right? You force Simple off, you hope that the fact that you've now sent through the message that top mid's being taken, that you're going for this aggression, will then have NaVi reinforce the wrong areas. But the Simple factor not held for, he goes all the way back to deep B, does it all even when MPL doesn't come up good.
Still close though, Big are hot on the heels of NaVi. That's the most important thing, and can also reinvest, dig deep into the pockets, get an AWP out for hype. Deep smoke being thrown by Electronic, this time feigning that there's players tucked up close in towards middle, and Big needs to be a little bit careful, but in actual fact it's an extremity that wants to be pushed. Bit will hear the bullet and just drop the flames.
That's super cool to drop that smoke there. Kind of leaves Big guessing, although I think they've answered it pretty quickly by taking the control towards top mid, so that's kind of the counter. It's a cool idea, but as soon as they take top mid control, any sort of misdirection they were hoping is immediately discounted. Although Simbush is going for a fight, flashes himself in, ooh, even going for a second bite. Lucky to not be punished there. At least Big weren't ready for it, so that allows him to get something done. Electronics tucked on down at the moment, holding this angle. Keto edging forward. This one might come down to timing as to who finds this kill. Big are ready to go on this A hit. They've got two players sitting in connector. The bomb being collected by Krimbo now. They have so much map control currently. But NaVi have made a third player over here, and it is Simple.
Yeah, this is sick as well, because even if Electronic falls, you're surely not anticipating Bit, especially with Simple being that third player as mentioned, shoulder spotted as well in towards the connector. The jig, it's up for Big. They got to make their way in. Simple will find Tabson. And Electronic has spotted out Keto, but that's a good headshot back. Needs to find a few more, and Simple's just dancing in amongst all of these smokes. Misses Krimbo, but somehow Krimbo hasn't noticed. He's too distracted by Bit. And NaVi, despite not having the map control in towards middle, they understand the pressure that Big were trying to apply for, and they knew it was always going to end A. And from there, it just all slots into place.
That's so sick from NaVi. I love that smoke that's been being used a lot now. We see it so much in the meta on the CT side to drop that smoke next to triple so that you can play around it. And he almost gets a chance to find Krimbo there. It wasn't even needed, but the setup and having Electronic and then Bit, and then you got Perfecto rotating Simples, dancing around Ticket and Triple. Everything is set up perfectly for NaVi. You think you've got the map control, Big? No. You're walking straight into the spider's web and you are tangled, helplessly limping there while the spiders eat you alive. Now, look what you're working with. A couple of pistols again. They did find success with the fast B with these. This time they're going back to A.
Speaking of limp, they threw the nades in towards connector, but they all landed really short. So need to get the protractors back out. Feel like 5 degrees a little bit higher. Simple would have been a dead man. In-range further utility though. Yet again, smokes trying to overwhelm A. They have made it in, and they do want to fight over towards jungle. That's the funnel that they've made for themselves, but you just can't get past any of these players. Bit is being so useful on this anchoring position. Multi-kills aplenty from the young guns of MPL and Bit on either side of the map. Keep Big locks out.
Yeah, Bit had a slow start into this map, but it's starting to get warmed up now. Massive multi there. Was just against the pistols, but NaVi, again, happy to let them walk into the lair. 9 now, looking very pretty for NaVi. Let's see what Big's response is. They get very quickly in towards both Palace and towards Ramp. Hype there with the AWP. Famine strike. Simple does get his with his AWP. He's the only one on A though, so he has to push further in. It's really his only option. He doesn't know what Big's play is. They're not committing just yet. Lot of smokes and mirrors in towards mid. Electronic spotting heads and taking them both. Huge double kill from Electronic. Now for Big, it's just Hyped and Favin, and look at Simple. He's pushed all the way up, has him locked in. Hype knows that this is a possibility. He's going to be edging on through with this AWP. Spots out the head, cannot connect. Simple, he now knows what's going on. He's just jiggling, has the smoke ready. Gonna drop that one and deny access.
Yeah, this is so sick. He doesn't even need to peek. Doesn't need to give over any further chances for Big. Forces them completely away. Electronic confirms that they've relocated, and you've already got MPL positioned ready to receive on the B bomb site. 40 seconds, so I guess you can wrap underpass here if you are Big, but you're going to feel so constricted and feel like your options are really just limited. The fact that you haven't spotted anyone out towards B apartments will kind of make you feel a little bit more motivated. The issue is, though, it's false confidence. MPL tucked in towards jail. Farther, not ready. Bomb denied. And Perfecto follows up. It's double digits for NaVi on the CT side of Mirage.
Yeah, beautiful stuff from NaVi. It was a good start for Big, but once NaVi got warmed up, it was all one way. Let's see what Big can do after the break.
It was a solid start in the first half for Big, but as soon as the rifles came out, NaVi came swinging, and they were really disrupting those late mid-round plays from Big. They were trying to really just kind of initiate contact in towards mid, split over towards the bomb sites with 2 different directions, but it was NaVi that were constantly always in control. Now they swap over to the T side. Hyped already taking a little bit of flak through the smoke. But speaking of, there's so many deployed. NaVi, they just want to walk straight mid to B.
Yeah, taking space, no worries. 3 players on the A side for Big. Flashbang being set up for Perfecto to set up Simple. The split's about to come on through. Comes over the top, doesn't actually hit anyone on the site here. Favin's the one that gets the first kill. Bit with a quick trade, and Tabs has found Electronic. That was on the lurk through jungle. So now this is getting very tricky for Simple and Perfecto. Favin is here, and he is still staying alive, looking for more fights. They made their way in, but they can't find any of these players. Hyped with a quick kill, and Keto with another. Both pistols go the way of Big.
Yeah, awesome pistol by Big, especially when Electronic starts to kind of creep through connector and try and cut off rotations as the rest of his team's making noise. The smoke's actually thrown a little bit deeper. It's that one that gives a little bit of a gap for the T to walk through and try and cut things off, but they're ready for it. And on the site, it's the Penda Blanca players that see Big over the line. NaVi won't be too disturbed by it, won't be too upset, because we know how well it went when the rifles came out.
Yeah, who needs pissed around? Just get them with the AKs. That's what NaVi are thinking about. This one, just that deagle for Simple. A couple of PD Fitties in the mix, and the MP9s can go for a bit of a hunt. Hyped has got his out. Been super impressed with Hyped over the last couple of weeks. Was a standout performer for Big at the RMRs. I feel like he really answered a lot of questions. People were floating about this player coming through, replacing a veteran in Sirison, and well, the young gun has shown that he's got it. A couple of kills with the MP9, swaps the P250, so a triple kill in the round for him, and Perfecto and Simple have both found kills. Simple doubles up there. This now gets scary, but it's recovered by Keto.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage being done by the Deagles from a round that should never have really caused that much disruption. When you think about the fact that NaVi are holding a stack, no one walks into it. Hyped either finds 3 kills, but it's the snappy aim from Simple, always a threat in the server. This second kill there is disgusting. Oh, he even gets the third. I thought Perfecto found that one on towards Farben, but regardless, doesn't matter. It comes without consequence for NaVi, but some economic detriment for Big.
Yeah, Hype has still managed to get that AWP out thanks to the double kill with the MP9s. He'll be very happy to have that. Uncontested, of course. It's just going to be these rifles for NaVi. They're doing very good at converting once they get the guns on out. And it would reset Big if they were to take it. So a bit of a swing round here, an important one for Big to pick up. NaVi definitely interested over towards B. That's where the bombs covered early. They have no one lurking out towards A. They've made no secret of this on our minimap, but there's only 2 big players here. It starts to get activated. They're coming on through. Krimbo under pressure, deploys the smoke. Favin tucked on through, gets that first kill without any issues, but the trade comes immediately. Now Krimbo steps up to the plate. It's a 1-for-1. That's pretty decent for these B holders, but it does put it into the 3-on-3 as Simple breaks out the bomb plant. Still a little bit uncomfortable. Oh, Electronic, that timing should spot it eventually. A big kill to find, and now he's a pain in the bum in the backside.
Oh, hyped. Does actually miss the first shot. Tabson's here as well, and he's going to creep and crawl out the window. NaVi might not be aware of this because of the strike from the AWP. Shoulder spotted, Simple. Well, those barrels provide a lot of bullet cover. They nearly line up, but Simple does trade out the AWP. Nicely dispatched off by NaVi, but a good idea from Big and Tabson. Unfortunately, the spam, it just doesn't do as much damage as he honestly thought it would. Yeah,
the barrel's full of munitions, I believe, right? I don't know why else they're blowing up that particular marketplace. It must be due to illegal smuggling of arms, and so they're going to be pretty impenetrable to the bullets, unfortunately. As Tabson finds out the hard way. So NaVi, they do convert immediately once they get the guns out, which has been the story of this matchup so far. And yeah, you can see exactly what that's done to Big. Not looking pretty for them, just the pistols. They've got 3 players here, Bit with the MAC-10 in a good position to maybe get a bit of cleanup happening. And indeed, Mop and Bucket out. Tabson does let one slip with that USP. But that's all it's going to be. Hyped and Keto will make their way over, but the bomb site is taken. And the 12th round all but secured for NaVi.
Yeah, that's nice. NaVi making sure that even on the ecos, they're just not really finding anything on the CT side. And it starts to look like, although the scoreline is fairly close, 12 rounds to 7, you're almost put on a timer here if you're big. There's only a couple of gun rounds potentially left if they keep losing. So for NaVi, they're in cruise control. Free flow in CS.
Bad trade there. Hyped gets the AWP. Drops a FAMAS over to Krimbo. You'd never see that one in matchmaking.
No, it'd just be vocalized yelling. No, I'm not having the FAMAS.
That's you. Echoing in my ears. All right, well, Big have invested into it. Let's look towards Hype. Currently on 15 kills. Favin not that far behind him. And bit of pressure towards A early. Just the 2 defenders here for Big. And NaVi are looking pretty like they want to hit on this fast. MPL's already out-ramped. Does fall on back, waiting for the response from Big, which has been a bunch of utility and a rotation. Meanwhile, Electronic is continuing to work over towards B. But the hit does remain looking like it's going to be towards A. That bomb has not budged.
Yeah, you got the early pressure, and now you got the uncertainty. Big haven't found any information since the initial contact came in, which starts to get them feeling a little bit anxious. Keto wants to step in. He's going to actually play bait and switch for Krimbo underneath. Palace steps out, finds MPL, and that's huge because that sells the position to Krimbo even further. Keto doubles down, and there's that activation from Krimbo. It's perfect from Big. And NaVi even get caught out on the other extremity, just bit remaining. How talented he can be, but can't get past Keto, who did phenomenally in that round.
Yeah, Keto has also been a really exciting player to watch lately. You know, we talk about him as being a little bit inconsistent at times, but when he pops off, he can just absolutely take over a game. This is a huge amount of initiative being taken here to swing on out. The fact that he finds MPL is massive. MPL is setting up a Molotov there, which is going to flush out both of them. If he throws that single piece of utility, the entire round probably is very different, right? Because it's going to force both of them to take very quick moves. They're forced out in the open, but not the case. Keto, massive round from him, the impact player, as you can see on your screen with that triple kill. And NaVi finally forced to use their first hack.
Well, they've actually brought out double AWP as well. Big reclaim that off Simple's body. So they're going to use that to, well, probably position one of them out towards B, lock that over, and then the other one can kind of float and try and lock down a different area of the map. It means the rifles can be a little bit more flexible, and potentially it means that Big could go for some of these pushes on maybe towards ramp. Just try and catch NaVi off guard, and advanced positioning is very scary.
All right, well, let's see what the double Mac 10 Tech 9 have in store.
Well,
yeah, you know exactly what it has in store. It's the classic rush B. Well, not a rush. It's more of a labored start. Come on through. Pretend you're not rushing. Then you rush. Wait for that initial util. Favin is here. Open hands. At the plate. Krimbo by side. Nice flick from Favin. Falls on back. Drops the smoke eventually. And there it does go down. Krimbo is positioned as well. Flames come on through, and NaVi can't make any further progress, but now they start to go. A flashbang comes on through. Krimbo steps up with one, bit trades him, but Favin is still here. A missed shot with the AWP and almost gets overrun. P2K makes short work of one. Perfecto with the trade. Hyped gets one back, so now it has to be simple. A 1 versus 3 gets tagged by Hyped. That makes this all the more difficult for him. Gets to a slither angle, looking for that fight, and it's a nice headshot from Simple. 2 more to find. And he has the read on them. Keto edging his way forward. Simple looking for a fine line, but Keto collects.
Yeah, really well done by the 2 AWPers, because that can get a little bit precarious. When you're playing up against Mac 10s, they want to add pace to it, but Father than Hype, they get the majority of the kills coming through. Simple does really well to kind of isolate these angles and ensures that he's always got an advantageous fight in his favor, but the quantity of players coming through to retake the bomb site before the C4's even planted is just too much for Simple to handle. Big starting to close that gap now, and NaVi are out of money. Just has to be the Deagles striking. I've seen some glimpses of them providing good leverage, especially with Electronic and MPL, so it'll be interesting to see what the hand cannons can produce in round 22.
Yeah, we. Sorry, I love the everything hand stickers. I've got that combo. Who doesn't? Classic. But Simple Deagle got a triple kill earlier, so don't count him out. Electronic getting boosted on up. Favin with the beautiful homage to one of Australia's finest. Or is he Kiwi? I don't remember. One of Oceanic's finest players. All right. I'm done being childish. Sorry. Back to the game.
It's all right. Big getting a little bit silly, a little bit loose in this round, and that's fine. Krimbo. See, this is quite a wide angle. Ooh, doesn't get caught in transition. Okay, this angle feels a lot more favorable. Hyped, gets dropped, but you never expected Krimbo. M4 runs out of bullets. Simple capitalizes upon it and picks up the orb. But Farvan's here, and Farvan runs them down. It's just Perfecto left in the 1 versus 3. Has got the M4, but would need to reload it. But why bother when you've got the Deagle at your fingertips? Jumps and shoots to mask the noise. Now he creeps in closer. Can he find either of them? But he's spotted. Keto peppering him down to allow Tabson to come in, and it is expensive, but yet again, it's a round secure for Big.
Yeah, it looks a little dicey there. That shot from Electronic was insane. Let's watch that one from his POV. Boom. Hyped had no chance to respond to that one. Favin thankfully saves the day. It gets a little scary. If Simple hits that flick, suddenly, I mean, I feel like this is a NaVi round at that point, despite all the situations, just because Simple's got an ult in his hands, but not the case. Big, get double digits, put it within 2 now. Looking good in a lot of these dicey situations, recovering before it falls too far out of hand. And they still have the double orb in play.
Look at this now, aggression from Big as well. Keto already wants to secure. There's also Farvan postured up, peering in towards Palace. Perfecto measured. It's a stalemate over towards A. Who's going to blink first? Will it be the 2 eyes of Perfecto or the 1 Cyclops of Farvan, scoped in, waiting to receive? And on the other side of things, MPL forces Keto back, but Keto, he's still hanging around. Farvan does lock up Perfecto, so it's still an even playing field.
Yeah, aggression being taken on every front there. And actually decides he's done with the orb. It's time to get out the M4. Tabson, meanwhile, just spams Electronic down. MPL caught by Favin in that reposition. A heads-up play to swap out to the M4. Net success, and Hyped is still over towards B. He is the solo player over on this side. His ankle is not being watched towards Palace, but the issue is now he's going to be ready. A quick flick down. Hyped is holding strong, and it's Simple in the clutch again. Smoke forward. Simple darts around to try and catch his opponent by surprise, but Hyped is playing safe here, dancing around the pillars of the site while his teammates come on over, and Simple is not finding anything. Looking desperately for some sort of body to be presented, and nothing comes. Favin on the rotation, takes him down, and Big get another on the board.
Yeah, that's actually really well played from Hyped. The fact that he gets the first kill and then just tucks into the smoke, and he makes sure that Simple can't really take any control further than the van. There's no possible safe passage of play. And by that point, Big all rotate in. There's also the flank coming in from apartments. There was no chance for Simple in that round, and never want to count them out of anything, but Big, their fundamentals are really starting to show off here in this second half. Was double digits, a 10-5 scoreline, now reduced down to the single. And NaVi, Edge looking to barrage it straight in towards the A bomb site. Smokes ring out, flashbangs here, Hype misses the shot.
Keto steps up, the flashbang is so good. Perfecto, a great shot. Electronic runs out of bullets. Hype gets another opportunity, and he takes down Electronic. The Tech 9 betrays, but Hype is hitting everything right now. Staying alive, falls on back, has the support from all his teammates. Favin gets up on close, the no-scope, he's on top of his head. Bit Goomba stomps him, gets himself the AWP, but the bomb doesn't go down. Orb cast on over, but now it's just Bit regretting giving that one to Simple because he's left with the Tech 9. The chaos recovered by Big, and Bit has so much on his shoulders to do here. It feels impossible. Krimbo's going to come up on over, jumps on the box, and it's a 12-12 scoreline.
God, what a rough and tumble on A. There's so much going on, and the fact that Electronic runs out of bullets allows Hype to not only find this one, but it's the follow-up. That is fantastic. Close quarters AWP, and it just jumps off Barber's head. Like, this round is chaos, but Big thrive within it.
3 HP, Hyped finds 3. That's actually insane.
Yeah, it shouldn't happen. You play that round like 10 times over with the same circumstances. Say Electronic has got one more bullet in his mag.
One more bullet, and NaVi win that round, 100%.
Easily. 5 margins. Double AWP really paying off for Big. And it was an investment that they didn't even make themselves initially, right? It was the AWP that they found off Simple. And they thought, yeah, let's run it. Let's see how effective it is. Turns out it's been pretty good.
That was a very fun round of Counter-Strike. Hope everyone at home enjoyed that one. So much back and forth. Shout out to the observers for keeping control of that chaos so that we could all see it as it transpired. Let's see what NaVi have to show. This T side is looking a little rough for them. Just 2 rounds while Big have posted 7. Smokes causing a little bit of a slowdown for NaVi. Simple boost up over. Electronic taking that space again. He's been given so much room to work with. Reads into the connector. Unaccounted for. Surely a gap that Big have notably left open. tabseN holding. Drops the sentry forward and Electronic activates. Beautifully timed. But Hyped is still here. And Hyped has been hitting every shot that comes his way. Tucked into the back, forced on back by the Flames. He's down to low HP. Maybe that's the buff he needs. We've seen him thrive, but Electronic, he's the one thriving in this round. A massive double. Big call it off.
Yeah, they're out of there. Very limited money, and they really want to hold on to the fact that the double snipers have been working out. That was such a good moment from NaVi. They actually changed the variation of how fast they want to go in the early stages, take middle really abruptly. And whilst tabseN's holding for it, it's just the additions of the utility that really are his downfall. Electronic stepping up and now Bit on the hunt with him. Trying to restrict weaponry. It's still the 2 AWPs left alive for Big. Farben holding, but not securing. Electronic blindsides him. And Hyped. Gotta remember, he's still on 12 HP.
Yes, a really successful hunt. He will live. Yeah. Oh, nah. He's fine in the shelves.
Oh.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. Never stress. Electronic, that's great. You know, you hear that grenade being thrown, you know you've got that half a second where tabseN's not going to have his gun out. Getting in front of all the util here to deal with Krimbo, the murder hole living up to its name. And Hype's not able to really be given a fight there. Forced on back by the util. Very well executed by NaVi. And a necessary gun round. It was starting to really slip out of control, but now they have taken back the lead. See what they can do with it. This round's a bit of a swing round. If they win this one, Big are limping into the late stages of the half.
Yeah.
Oh, from the game, the map. Mirage, our first map of this best of 3.
Oh. tabseN does reveal that he's there. Electronic won't spam him down. Instead, elects to go a different route, but misses the jump. Unfortunate KZ moment.
Nah, but he shoots the bullet. Now they think he's made the jump, and they're just running on through. Oh, Keto, he got the dink there. I don't know if he heard it because he got that first one. So Bit, lucky to be alive, and well, maybe not so lucky as all his teammates have fallen. And surely a grave been dug for him already. Just has to step onto it. Vector with the HP, but no bomb. He's repositioned to see if he can catch out any aggression, and he might just spot some toes here. tabseN's going to reveal his feet, and Perfecto, he's going to like, comment, and subscribe to those. HE goes on through. He's happy with that payment. Now a flash drops on through. Perfecto, very tricky maneuver, but Keto was ready for it. That's the round done. Bit's going to be holding on to the AK if he's lucky. And this was such an important round for Big to pick up. You can see that money for them in such a tentative position. Now they can equalize it again, 13 apiece.
Yeah, it was really solid, instantaneous response from Big as well, right? The fact that NaVi were taking the control out towards mid, so instead they go, okay, well, look, we'll let Krimbo try and anchor down the B bomb site. We'll actually reposition, have everyone towards mid and A just in case. And it works out perfectly because you've got 2 crosshairs trained on positions of each angle as NaVi walk on in. And I think the deep sort of spot here in towards ramp, despite Perfecto finding that one. It just gives so much control over towards Big, and NaVi can't really make good on the early positions that they've got because there's so many difficult angles to try and clear.
Third timeout for NaVi. Keep in mind, they only used their first in the second half. Now they've used 3 of them, knowing that we're now very much into the scary part of it for them. They will have enough to buy here. All that lost bonus ticking on through. Big have a bit more breathing room now. Even if they drop one, they'll still have a bit to work with later on. So it gets a little trickier for NaVi. Keep in mind the stakes of this one. It's not elimination. Both these teams are already at the playoffs. We're fighting for semi-finals or quarterfinals. So winner gets to skip a best of 3. Makes it a bit easier for that deeper run in the playoffs to come.
Again, it's a lot of heavy proactiveness towards mid for Big, and Tabson's even going to go searching. It's being held currently by Simple, so we can't overstep too far in. As soon as I say that, Simple just moves off, posts back. But it's still a lot of control being established for this CT side, and with NaVi, they need to go quick. The timing on this is everything. If they start executing in towards the bomb site now, the rotation is going to be a little bit further away.
Okay, you don't want to go back to the old ways of NaVi. Keep them guessing. Execute comes on through, but it's just a bit of a fake out. Big gets the hit. In through underpass, Tabson goes down, but did find electronic. So that 1-for-1 still keeps it a little uncomfortable. Rotation's going back towards A. Big feel that that's where it's going to be. And NaVi actually might end up there. They've still got a player in towards Palace. Perfecto hasn't budged. He's made himself very comfortable on the plush seats of the Palachi. In towards mid, the bomb is boosted up. Keto deals with him. Now it gets a little bit tricky for NaVi. Perfecto spotted. The read is on here, and it's another boost up. They never expected the second time. MPL. Oh, tickled by the flames, runs on through. Keto's here, Simple with the trade. Time, such an issue. B, potential option, but no, decides holding onto the AWP is the play. And so Big will find their 14th.
Yeah, this is really good mind games and mid-round and coming in from Tabson. This is now the second time he's had more than 3 players over towards the A bomb site. It's been a gamble stack call that has worked out based on the early information gathered towards mid. And as a result, Electronic must be scratching his head thinking, this guy knows the plans. This guy knows what's up. How do we counter this? We were living in a life of luxury, and now it's all come crumbling down against us. Big take the lead for the first time since we begun Mirage, and they're even going to take a pause. They're going to let NaVi sweat, and also they want to make sure they're all on the same page. Just close it out.
This is a Big you got to get excited about,
yeah.
Right? If you're Maui Snake, you're so happy right now. You're absolutely loving life. Because this is a Big that's firing on all cylinders. You got Favin stepping up, you got Hyped, hitting shots, multi-kills, Keto delivering when needed. And then you got your X Factor, you got Krimbo ready for the clutch when it presents itself. But the rounds have been so convincing, it's not really been needed in that capacity. Just need to stick the landing, do big. This round, well, it's not the best looking for NaVi. We've got the AWP out, we've got the Galil, but look what everyone else is working with.
Can have a little bit of a venture towards A, it seems. Smoke's raining in, flashbangs over the top to get the players out. Palace hype on the timing. That's to secure the first shot and not even the follow-up. This is quite scary now because we get overwhelmed by the Mac 10. Electronic looking to take more space, but that's where Krimbo steps up. 4-on-4. Krimbo could even be that fly in the ointment as MPL, no! Secures both. That's huge for NaVi.
A massive double from MPL. Keto cannot go for this. Needs to hold on to the M4. Just contact into A. Hype, just as we were praising him, just hyping him up for what he's been doing for this team. Misses 2 opportunities. So close shots, and obviously a lot of pressure in that position, but Electronic just gets up so close, gets in his grill, and makes his mark. Stomps him on down and gets a little overzealous with the push through towards CT, but MPL steps up when it's his time to shine. Finds both of them with that smoke. Keto, will he be allowed to survive here? Yes. Perfecto's not going to peek on through, so 28 rounds go, 14 apiece. Tight as can be between these two teams. Check this one out from MPL. That flash from Perfecto is just so. And Tabson's flash also pretty good.
Yeah, it helps him out. I think what's interesting there is the previous round, you've got the double up, delayed boost in towards window. It's like, you mentioned it, right? Oh, they'll never see that coming. Similar story here with the A bomb site. A lot of Electronic runs all the way through CT, and it's a little bit, it feels a little bit desperate. It's like, oh, wow, they are really accelerating here for the pace, but surely that doesn't happen again. And then it does. And it's almost the hope that kills you for Big after you secured that first one. Plenty of money still to buy. You can see that Hyped can get out an AWP. Farven can also get an M4. We're taking a pause because the lights have flickered off again. That happened with Heroic and the Mongols. And here, Big NaVi, history do repeat itself. Oh no, they're too bright apparently. It's gone the other way.
Too much power. We've got up to number 11. Dial that one back down. Yeah, it's like if you've ever streamed, any streamers in the chat, and you have the big light behind you, and it's like, or in front of you, sorry, and it's like in your eyes, and it makes it harder to frag, but yeah, it's difficult out here. Those lights can be bright, can be blistering, make you sweat, if the game wasn't already making you sweat. A knife's edge here. One team could slip up, and well, we can take a look at how we think this next round's gonna take place. We can take a look at Big's economy. Yeah. Because it's not looking the best. Where I feel like those days, the double ops, they're long gone. Looking back through rose-tinted glasses at those days is Favin. Hype to still get his, so he's happy.
And I feel like that key statement is the consideration for Big, because you can play for overtime, and Big will often do this as well. They will kind of not really reinvest. And they'll potentially just kind of have a little bit of a compromise, because then you can bring out those double snipers. And that was so potent. That was so effective. But never mind. They want to win the game right here and now. Hyped brings out the AWP. Famos dropped over as well. It's a pretty comprehensive buy, all things considered. And you got the utility to boot. Looks quite nice. But NaVi could be on the cusp of winning this in 30.
Yeah, Krimbo's the one that gets shortchanged, but not going to matter too much. Hype just looking to get aggressive down in mid. Looking for a fight that's not being presented to him yet. NaVi, again, have got this spread out towards A. 4 players here early, making clear their intentions. Tabson is setting up a flashbang. If they peek out through the palace, he's in danger. But no, the peek comes through, and it's MPL that's in danger. Hype strikes as well, and this is looking good for Big. Simple was trying to get something back. He can't find a thing. Only finds Tabson's bullet. No luck at all for NaVi in this round. Bits wondering what happened, what went wrong. They had 4 players there and everyone falls. The Galil at long range betrays Bit. And it's Big that find map point.
That's such an awesome round for Big to bring out in the sort of gritted teeth moments, the nail-biting round 29, and they just disrupt NaVi. NaVi, they're going to go for a similar play because it's what's worked. It's what's broken the streak of big rounds in a row. It's a big call the Hail Mary. They flashbang through. The incendiary on Palace was perfect to allow Hyped to isolate those gunfights as well. And now NaVi, they've still got the investment. They're working with a couple of limited pieces of utility, but the weaponry will reign true. Hyped gets baited by Electronic, and MPL can't follow up though. We'll find Keto, and then Electronic just swings out further. Really good stuff from middle. But suddenly, it's the barrage of kills in a matter of moments. It swings back the other way. Tabson wants to get aggressive with Farben, but Simple strikes him down.
Yeah, Favin and Krimbo now have to come up big. Favin tries to slip on through, but Simple denies it. And it has to be Krimbo, the clutch meister, if he wants to take it in regulation. Otherwise, we go to overtime. Krimbo's looking to see if he can find any outliers here. Check out MPL's position. It's perfect. Krimbo goes down. NaVi strike. And we go straight into overtime.
Yeah, no messing about, no breaks here. We're straight into the action. Money reset, of course, for both teams. Magic number, 19.
That was also such a sick round from NaVi,
yeah,
right?
That's cool.
Perfecto baits out the AWP shot. The flashes come over, and obviously Faven wants to retreat, right? Or sorry, Hyped wants to retreat, right? So immediately the hit comes out through main to deny any escape.
And that's Electronic as well, just getting aggressive in towards middle, just catching them off. Speaking of mid-aggression, we've got it in droves for NaVi, Bit and Electronic. Again, begin their attack. Full frontal assault down the guts of Mirage. tabseN actually just wants to go for a peek. Doesn't take the fight, but he gets information. Electronic, he's just at the mouth of connector.
Yeah, he could have been tempted into that fight, but probably would have been traded pretty quickly, as he would have burnt down to half. Big have been loving going for a bit of aggression over towards A. They had Hyped and Keto posted up there early. Now Hyped has fallen back in towards default. NaVi have been favoring this A-bomb site, so you can't blame the setup for Big, but how do they respond to this? That flash comes through. Faven, a nice flick. He's going to see no one behind MPL. It's going to cause some movement around. That push from Keto is huge. Hype, though, is out in the open and simple punishes.
Yeah, and that's the go signal. tabseN drop into smoke, just trying to eliminate threat. Flashbang through Electronic. This time doesn't go with it. And Krimbo's come here to reinforce. Keep your eye on Palace, because Keto striking could be quite effective, but he still needs his teammates alive. And to try and create this space, here comes Keto. Playing the trigger discipline, finds one, and the follow-up on towards Simple. 2 versus 2. They're still away, back in for Big. Perfecto and Electronic. Tucked in behind default, but Perfecto wants to take the fight. And Krimbo's such low HP, Electronic can just play off the audio. But he doesn't. What an oversight. Krimbo will lock it in. And there's that clutch Meister really coming to the forefront. NaVi, throw it away in the dying moments, and Big will draw blood first in OT.
Yeah, so we've been hyping up about Krimbo. A huge clutch coming through. And I mean, this started well for Big. They get this opener, they have the information, but Simple finds this kill. They find their way through, but Keto unaccounted for. The push through goes all the way around and does so much work there. Yeah, you're right. Electronic doesn't need a peek here. Krimbo drops on down and so patient, just sitting here. Able to find that one. Big start overtime with a bang. Hyped. Forced on down in towards underpass. Bit's waiting for a flash to come on through. Electronic looking on over. It's a lot of aggression back. Hyped is able to find a kill from that position. Big goes down. Felt like he was dead to rights there. Now Hyped is still active, still firing off shots. Simple lucky to survive that one. Electronic will take down tabseN, and now the flames come on over. Hyped is trying to escape with his life, and he gets away.
That's wild. How was Hyped got out of that situation? And because the smoke's still up in Palace, he can now reconvene towards jungle. Electronic, in amongst all that chaos, made his way in towards ladder and dealt with tabseN. But for NaVi, it's a familiar end. It's going to be this A-bomb site, and with Hyped repositioning towards B, despite Krimbo having all of this deep control, this A-bomb site isn't really that well secured.
Yeah, Faven, he has to come up big here. Drops the smoke towards CT to play around with. Can jump up and use this as a one-way if he so wishes. He's actually got a bit of a one-way here. He can hold out towards Palace. That bomb won't be coming through there. Will Perfecto be jumping through is the question. The smoke over towards connector. Krimbo's pushing. A flick shot from Faven misses. That bomb is going to be able to make its way through. Oh, Keto looks away, but Electronic hasn't spotted him. Keto's walked just through the smoke. Gonna deny the bomb going down as well. It was out in the open. Keto is still being such a nuisance, being peppered, but finding purchase. Perfecto eventually deals with him. Faven locked into that position. Time such a concern, and Krimbo activates. That bomb goes out into the open. Electronic trying to find something back, but the clock is ticking. Perfecto has just enough time to get it in. They're both in CT. They line up for Electronic, and Faven now steps up. A 1v2 for him. AWP in hand, hits the first. Perfecto spotted, but there's not enough bullets.
How on earth did NaVi recover that situation? It feels like the bomb being denied not once, but twice should have ended things immediately. But no, Perfecto and Electronic, it's calm heads. And it's the experience on their shoulders. And you gotta then fight with a double AWP in the retake for Big. That always feels uncomfortable. And it's just the proactiveness from Electronic. He makes good on the fact that he did actually allow Quito to walk through that connector smoke in the first place.
And he doesn't get that kill the round's end. Done.
Yeah,
huge. Krimbo staying alive there is it. The bomb gets denied twice there, and NaVi still wins. That's insane.
It's a joke. What a round. How chaotic has this been? And it's only the first map of the best of 3. Semi-finals on the line. Both teams want to lock in top 4 at IEM Rio.
Big taking space, Tabson peering out through, not going to spot anything just yet. Molotov thrown in towards underpass to deny any swing up while he takes that space, but now Electronic is going to creep on through. Hyped, fully blind, hits the timing shot onto MPL, peeks on back out, Simple's hand is spotted. Hype has to fall on back. Tabson's found Electronic, Quito swings up for one. NaVi getting picked apart here. Simple does get one back, and with bomb on his shoulder, decides to run on out. Bit knows he has to take space now. There's no one over towards B, so he's going to be able to get in here. He's going to be able to take all this space. That's going to enable Simple to maybe join him, but no. Okay, this gets a little bit weird. Simple in the palace, just going to wait here, holding the angle in case the info comes. All comes down to Bit working this. Favin is going to peek on through, but doesn't spot anything. Bit's now repositioned, coming on through. Favin in such a difficult position to clear. Tucked into this corner. Bit, there's no way he clears this. Oh, he spots the gun barrel. That gives him the headshot. And with 15 seconds left, Big just don't have to move. Hyped hits a huge shot. Simple drops the bomb, and Bit, well, he might hit another great headshot, but he knows he can't win the round. And so the half in overtime is going to go the way of Big.
Yeah, that's really well done by Big as well, right towards the dying seconds of that round, because sometimes when kills come in there, you start to think, oh my goodness me, it's going to be B. That's exactly what NaVi were hoping for. But because the bomb plant doesn't come in, despite Bit's advanced positioning, Big are just like, well, maybe they're just faking it. Let's just stay here just in case. And at the very worst result, we can just retake B anyway. We'll have to deal and isolate with Bit. We can deal with that in sort of 10 seconds. Hyped remains vigilant up towards the top of Palace, drops the bomb, and that's the round said and done.
Now, you got to remember, Big haven't played a T side in quite a few rounds now. They only got 5 on their T side. 3 of those with a pistol and the follow-up 2 rounds. So they had a lot of difficulty on this T side, despite having 1 round lead going into this second half of OT. NaVi's CT side looked very strong, so we'll see what Big can offer now that we get into OT off the back of that last timeout.
It was the pace. The pace was earning Big those rounds. They were really offsetting the tempo of NaVi. NaVi never were able to fully establish themselves in those setups. And when Big were going for those slow mid rounds through connector, that was really offsetting their progress. MPL's already had to use his smoke. Felt the pressure of the flashbangs. So it's early preventative utility that's now already been exerted.
Look at this from Big. They're grouping up outside B. Owning a single player here. It's MPL now. He was good for a few multis from this position, but needs the support. Perfecto's the one that comes on over. Smoke comes on through to the market. Perfecto blocked off. Throws the incendiary. That is well timed. That's going to keep them at bay for now. Further executes. Smokes coming on through. That's every smoke save 1 from Big expended early. MPL with more utility. The hit comes on through. Now he's feeling uncomfortable. Falling on back. Perfecto steps up but can't convert the kill. MPL is here looking to try and get 1 back. Favin does go down but swipes him in the head on the way out. Hype is there to finish the job, and Simple now steps up to the plate. Electronics found 1, but that's all it's going to be. Has to be Simple and Bit in the 2 versus 3. Bit is deep in towards short. Has a lot of ground here, but Hyped has him locked on in. Fires up the shot. Bit is, for a second, given a lifeline, but Hyped denies. Simple now in a 1v3 to deny map point again here in overtime. and his position is known. They're not giving him a fight. They know they have every advantage in this, and it's hyped with his AWP that strikes again.
That's really well done from Big. There's 3 Molotovs put down towards the right-hand side of the bomb site, and where the smokes land in an arch, it creates a safe passageway for them to all fan out, and it becomes so much more difficult for NaVi to get those kills in isolation. It's corruption on the B bomb site. Big will secure it, lock in a map point for themselves. Suddenly, NaVi, they're on the back foot. They need to fight back from the brink. It's consecutive in a row.
Yeah, and I will say, Hyped always feels steps up in these overtime positions. Thrives when the pressure is on. And he's shown it already. A triple kill with the AWP on the T side is massive. 2 opportunities now for Big to close out their map pick. They're setting up for A. 2 players on the site itself. 2 in towards mid. So they can get here pretty quickly. Keto's great in this position as well, lurking out from Palace. A lot more active than we saw from Perfecto, for instance, and that Molotov is going to actually give Bit a bit of room, but starts to bleed. Simple's found 2 suddenly. Favin does get 1 back. Simple hits his 30th frag, make it 31. Simple almost gets another, but it's Perfecto that strikes. Electronic with another. And NaVi stopped that one before it can even begin.
Yeah, there's the goat. Really striking when NaVi need him most. Just on a swivel, even hunting for more. Probably a bit upset that Perfecto and Electronic even deny him with the ace, because he's on rails in this round. On a swivel between Palace and Ramp, and it doesn't matter. Close, far away. Simple's hitting every single shot. For NaVi, that's 1 step in the right direction. Need to move the other foot there. Otherwise, Big will still win this in singular OT. That's a collateral. Tabson limping, surely put down by the HE.
Simple's done. He wants to go to the next map, but he has to get through a second overtime to take us there if he can find these final 3, or if his team can. Electronic, he's going to be given that opportunity. Bomb delivered. Double OT almost assured now. Keto and Favin in a very difficult 2 versus 5. What an amazing couple of rounds from Simple. MPL has got enough high here, and okay, well, Favin is able to deal with him. Got ahead of that little boost up, and Keto's found 1 as well. The issue is, these are kills on the extremities. These were the players that were the warning system as to the positions of these big players, so despite them falling and it being a 2-on-3, the issue pertains that there is no bomb here, and the objective in Counter-Strike is to blow up various objectives, and you need a bomb to do that.
That's cool. That smoke's going to land top middle, deep on to try and isolate Perfecto and Electronic here. Simple though. Oh, gets decimated. Maybe there's a way in. Further molly's now being dropped off. That's going to prevent Perfecto from pushing on through, but it doesn't matter. He does it anyway with the multi-kill. NaVi, hold on. They send us into second OT. And Big, they're now on the back foot.
Ooh, you started to believe there, right? I mean, Simple just starts this with a bang. The collateral doesn't get the second there, but the HE does the job, lobs it on over to remove tabs, then the bomb gets dropped top mid. I'll tell you what, Keto and Favin with him almost recover that. That's sharp from Perfecto. Isn't the headshot, but finds the kill with that double. Big, immediate out the gate, looking for an A hit.
Yeah, very execute heavy now for Big. They're about to test the metal of Bit, and on the off angle we find a kill, and basically 2. Favin on a sliver will get burned alive by Electronic. And whilst the bomb site is secured, it comes with a cost.
Yeah, NaVi have been great at these retakes as well. Already in position, 3 players coming CT. That could be an issue. Simple's looking for the gap here and doesn't spot Tabson, but the flick will connect. Looking for a follow-up. Simple is here to play. And hyped, well, we've been hyping him up, but he has to do so much here. Has delivered on the first, but that bomb is kind of in an awkward position for him to do anything, and the smoke makes it even harder. Goes for the desperate shot. Through the tag, the leg. That is insane, but it's not enough. And NaVi take the round.
Fair play to Hyped. That's the only thing he could have really done in that situation. That's a big NT in chat. But Simple, yet again, closing the show, or at least trying his very best to. Now up to 35 kills, and what could have been. Let's watch this back, because that was so close. MPL lives on literally 2 HP.
That's insane. Imagine he hits that. Highlight moment for the ages, but not to be for hyped. Still plenty more opportunities for him to make those moments happen. So much promise for the young AWPer. We're seeing it on display here. MPL, speaking of young stars, looking to take a bit of a fight with Krimbo, but falls back, doesn't want to overstep the mark, wants to bait them into simple. Krimbo has managed to extract himself from that situation. Now Perfecto. Potentially his turn to step up to the plate. That flash is good, but he still finds the headshot. Crosshair placement on point. Bit with a slammer onto Hyped. Traded by Tabson. Everyone looking so sharp in the server at the moment. Both these teams fighting with everything they have. The side is being taken, but everyone's rotated from NaVi. 3 in towards CT as the flames fall in jungle. Electronic gets flashed on through, looking to take the fight. MPL's doubled on up. Aikido now left in a 1 versus 3. In towards the jungle. The flames forward to try and flush out Electronic, but it's MPL with that 3rd frag to get NaVi their 20th.
Yeah, every single fight there is on NaVi's terms. They flash through, they move as a unit, they want to try and upset Big's potential in trying to overtake A. And I feel like their information is really warranted and validated by the amount of Molotovs that Big were throwing in towards jungle. And MPL, his positioning, and then just his raw mechanic ability is on display for all to see.
Yeah, that was such a sick second shot. Nothing but heads for MPL. Electronic jumps on up over that smoke. Doesn't have that gap to the left side. Okay, it does have a very slight one, and he will spam through, but Tabson manages to avoid the damage. Hyped has taken first blood, though. MPL, the star of the previous round, taken out early by Hype Sniper.
That's going to be information as well towards Big, because when MPL is deep on the balcony, that means he doesn't normally have support. There's been 4 or 5 rounds where he's been quite close and he's trying to bait in simple the entire time. And as a result, Big realized that there's potentially going to be reinforcements heading that way. So they reset. They moved to the other end of the map. Electronic now gutting out apartments, can relay this info, and then that allows the pendulum to swing back for NaVi. They're going to send their forces right over towards A.
Yeah, they don't have information in towards mid, so they do have to make a little bit of a gamble. Simple is going to make his way over now. Bit sitting behind this smoke is trying to decide when he wants to play. And oh, Tabson from the bottom takes him out. Simple with the immediate trade, but they are so fast on in. But Simple, the fastest, gets 2. Dropped eventually. Electronic now has to find all 3 out in the open. Hyped takes him down. And Big get 1 at the tail end of their T side in this second OT.
Yeah, and that's essential for Big. Just when it looks like the game's kind of fallen away from them, I think that was 4 rounds in a row from NaVi without a response from Big. So as a result, NaVi, because it's their first round they've lost in a while, they're going to use their final tactical timeout.
That's crazy. They still have one in
Yeah, I know,
OT.
right?
To be fair, they only used their first, I think, in like round 20 or so. So have been saving those. Electronic's calling, being good enough, has felt like he hasn't needed to get Blade involved, but within touching distance of taking Mirage, has decided to take that time. And Big have gone for that double AWP setup. This was so successful for them in regulation until their economy got crippled. So I'm glad to see them bring it out again. Faven with that one, it'll take over towards B. Let's see what Big can do on the defense.
Electronic not buying the smoke.
Actually, he's going to be jumping down lower, so no one's B at all.
Interesting start. Big, they look like they really want to take control here, and Farven, well, he's actually in the perfect position. Electronic with a jiggle. Farven locks it in. That's an early opener, and then he just gets out of dodge.
Yeah, doesn't fall for that initial shot, manages to escape with some quick hops. Bunny Rabbit across the dusty plains of Mirage. Simple. Edging on forward. Not spotted anyone yet. There are 2 players here. Rotation back over from Farven now that he's made his presence known in mid. Could be on the rotate. In fact, they're bringing tabseN over as well, so A is going to be quite lightly defended here if that is where NaVi decide to go. They are going to throw a smoke out towards B to feign that that is where the attack's coming, but it's a bit of a misdirection. They're going to have these two players coming out towards short, though, and if they decide to boost, it would be powerful, but maybe just fighting their way through is the answer. Bit, though, a huge kill and a second. Both players fell, but Hyped is still here. Fully flashed initially, can't adjust. MPL takes him down, and Keto, so often relied upon, can't find the frag. MPL with another, and it's faveN who opened up the round that has to close it. AWP in hand. He's on the way out. Knows the virtue of keeping this AWP. Almost hits that shot there. That would have been something special. May as well try and hold on to this one. NaVi will be up to map point.
In he goes. Can't get past Bit. That's the two young guns of NaVi really stepping up. Bit with surgical headshots towards short, dealing with that threat, and MPL accounting for the presence of Keto in amongst the palace. Really good stuff from NaVi. And yet again, they put the pressure right back on towards Big.
So good to see MPL and Bit stepping up. I felt like they were a little slow to get started in this map, but certainly showing it here. Two chances now for NaVi. Double AWP still in play for Big. Simple gets hounded by a little bit of utility. Smoke gonna obscure his vision as well, so no chance to get the AWP activated early. But look at this aggression from Big. They're taking full control of the apartments. Hype just walked on through with the AWP, peering on through, getting so much information. If they decide to go back here, I mean, he's guaranteed at least one. So NaVi are forced towards A, and that allows Big to reinforce this side of the map.
Again, it's that question mark over towards middle, but maybe Big don't really care. A execute smokes, will come on through. NaVi start to fight their way in. Keto can't see a thing, fully blind. Will still be first point of contact, helped by tabseN's flash. Supporting caster utility is absolutely perfect, but Bit doesn't need to see his opponents. tabseN now stepping out towards the bomb site, and suddenly the trap has been laid for Krimbo to activate. It's still a 2 versus 2, and with Electronic making inroads in towards the underpass, it nearly looked promising. But faveN finds him, and now Simple. Weight of responsibility on his shoulders.
What a 1v2 this would be. Krimbo is sitting behind the D12 boxes. Simple has an opportunity, but a tough shot to hit. And I'll tell you what, that's a huge moment from faveN to drop down and find that kill, because if he goes down there, the round's done. But also, I mean, the fact that NaVi were in a position to reset there, Bit has got, like, what, 5 HP there? He's up on Tetris, throws the bomb back, knowing how difficult his position is and that he's doomed, essentially. Wants to get that bomb in a position where it can be extracted. Would have been amazing if they were able to make that one work, but faveN denies.
Yeah, gets the smoke stuck behind the bin. Needs to try and force it out with the bullets. Hyped. Now in a standoff with Simple. Very crucial fight's about to take place in towards middle. And Electronic, we know he's always been mischievous very early on. Hear all the scoping, but tabseN this time bets him. And that is a crucial kill for Big. More often than not, Electronic's been getting the best of the defense in those sort of situations.
Yeah, I mean, Electronic's out here on 30 kills, 31 deaths, so you can see that he's taking a lot of fights. That one does not go his way. Equilibrium slips. Look at this one, Big. Keto taking space in. Here's the footstep of MPL. You can see he wants to swing, but MPL has been sharp with it. Perfecto swings on out. tabseN removed. Hype from under, has able to get one back, and now he's looking to find more, but Bit doesn't let him. NaVi now 2 frags to find to take this map. Krimbo has made his way towards Kick-It, looking to book one into another OT, but no, it has to be faveN. 3 kills required, the bomb being planted. faveN swaps to the M4, Simple takes him down, and NaVi finally, in double overtime, take Mirage.
What a brawl from NaVi and Big. And to think that's the first map of this best of 3. Big looking so strong on their map pick, but it's MPL. It's Bit in the second overtime.